Hi, and welcome back to the dramatic reading of Agony by Tania Kalytenko. We left off... Where have we left off? We left off at the Act 4, when one of the first and hardest Russian attacks on the Kyiv city happened. And so, we begin Act 5. Scene 1. The same location, but some time later. From within Shevchenko's hideaway comes panting and snoring. From within Shevchenko's hideaway comes panting and snoring. For the first time, the Kobzar has fallen asleep, and even then only from exhaustion and an overflow of emotion. The sounds around have changed, settled, but not lost the tonality of tragedy. Hrushevsky. And here I am! Come now, I don't pester you that much. Silence. I found out a thing or two. Silence. Father, what is this? Have I given offense somehow? But I had to dash off, and before, you didn't want my company anyway. I understand. The times are different now. We must stick together. Be near, soothe, console. A hard hour, a tragic hour. You're right to be cross. But you're also wrong, because I told you where I was going. To himself. Oh, these bronzed-up fellows. Sometimes you have to fuss over them like little children, and even little children have more sense. Calling out, I said, even children have more sense. Father! To himself, has he died or what? The panting smoothly turns into a faint snoring. Well, what choice have I? The snoring grows. Wake up, my darling, enough sleeping! The one who was snoring is heard to swallow and gulp painfully. Someone, as it were, slaps the wooden box with their palms and runs their nails along the board. Shevchenko. I'm not sleeping. I'm alive. Who's playing such jokes on me? Hrushevsky. There's no one here. Only me. Shevchenko. May the cramps twist your guts, scallywag. This grief and tears wore me out. I dropped off. So you have to scare me like that? Hrushevsky. It never crossed my mind to scare you, father. I've only just arrived. Hadn't even caught my breath. Perhaps you dreamt something? Again? Shevchenko. I dreamt, aye. So what then? Nosed about. Found out what you wanted. Where did you go there? Hrushevsky. A little I have found out. Shevchenko. Let me guess. Volodymyr is still trying to drag the crown and power his way? Well, that's news. No news at all. Although, with Olga I wouldn't pick a fight. Such a woman. Not simple. Fiery. Hrushevsky. Fiery, but in slightly different sense. Your thought has gone in the wrong direction. Shevchenko. What? Has the first colt spoken up at last, and what's the right to rule? And he's a saint. I noticed long ago how he chases after Olga, and so it turns out. Where is he going anyway? She did him in one mouthful and not notice. Hrushevsky. Oh no, now we've let the horses out into the wild steppe entirely. Princess Olga has fallen for someone else. Shevchenko. And what does Andrew say to that? Hrushevsky. She didn't say anything to him. He doesn't know. No one knows but Sister Lybid. And now I do. And she doesn't know I know. Shevchenko. Eavesdropper. Hrushevsky. What's not to be done in service of the cause? Shevchenko. And whom does she love? Hrushevsky. That no one knows. But it must be one of ours. Otherwise I'd have heard from my agents long ago. Shevchenko. And how does this change matters? Hrushevsky. It changes everything. If we know who Olga's beloved is, we have the trump card. We need only invite this person to one place at a particular time, and Olga will be there too. Wherever, whenever, on whatever pretext. Wherever, whenever, we meant to be together. I'll be there and you'll be near. Ba-dum-bum till my dear. Shevchenko. Okay, getting back. And what then? Hrushevsky, then there will be a chance to speak with her face to face about Shchors, about the threat looming over Kyiv, about the fact that she, as a sovereign, has the right to make decisions and to remove from the city those whom Kyiv considers unworthy and dangerous to its inhabitants. Shevchenko. And what does Olha's beloved have to do with it? Why involve him at all? Hrushevsky, because if Olha doesn't agree, we offer to put forward an ultimatum. Either she helps us, or her beloved disappears. We'll arrange it. Shevchenko, stunned. Are you mad, Mihailo? You'd blackmail her? Hrushevsky, father, I am not a politician for nothing. Shevchenko, you'd cross the line. I ought to remind. Hrushevsky, nobody will actually do anything to him. We just need to get her to agree. Shevchenko, and you think she won't see through it? Hrushevsky, she's too in love to think clearly. Love makes everyone equal. The wisest princess as much as a stupid girl from the village. I know what I'm talking about. Shevchenko, aren't you ashamed? Hrushevsky, of what? When the entire city is at stake, I am to feel ashamed that I have used a prince's romantic feelings for the salvation of Kyiv? Forgive me, but I would feel shame if I had not used them. Shevchenko, Lord, give me strength. Hrushevsky, and there's another option. Without blackmail, we can simply tell her about Shchors, about his plans. Convince her that she must act. She might agree even without the threat to her beloved. Shevchenko, then start there. Hrushevsky, of course. The blackmail is the last resort if reason fails. I'm not such a beast as you think, father, but the threat looming over us is too great to choose only the gentle methods. Shevchenko, I won't lecture you, I can see. You've thought it through carefully. But please, more honestly than blackmail. Olha has lived through enough. I shall do my best. A gentle pause. 2. Poof. Act 6. Scene 1. Bessarabska Square. Around the monument to Taras Shevchenko, instead of his coat, are sandbags. The Kobzar's voice resounds from behind them, rather muffled, but the closer Olha comes, the clearer his words become. The Kobzar is evidently ranting. Shevchenko. And what are these chains, Mikhailo, that hold them fast at home? Wouldn't it be better to come down and stand with the people, share their misfortune? But no. They've bricked themselves up with comfort, fear, and indifference, hidden behind drawn curtains that they should not see, but they should not fear, hear, that they should not feel. Olha, father? Shevchenko. Hey? Olha? Is that you? Olha, forgive me for interrupting, I came to talk. Shevchenko, about what, princess? Olha, about what's troubling me. Shevchenko, what troubles you, princess? Olha, many things trouble me. People above all. Women, men, children. Their fates, their pain, their hope, their despair. The fear that hangs in the air, the grief that weighs upon every shoulder. Shevchenko, this troubles us all. Olha, yes, but this is something one cannot live with without speaking of it, without sharing. Shevchenko, and whom did you wish to speak with, princess? Olha, with you. Andrew can't bear this. He gets shaken, and you've seen so much that you might understand me. That I have seen. Shevchenko, speak. Olha, I'm afraid, father. I'm afraid for the city, for the people, for all of us. I've been afraid before, but this is a clear fear. It's a fear that there will be nothing to be afraid of anymore. That there will be no city, no people, no us. That everything will be wiped away in a single moment. Shevchenko, a nuclear strike? Olha, a nuclear strike. The threat that hangs over us is more real than ever. I feel it in the air, in the wind, in the howlings of sirens. Shevchenko, and what would you have me say? I cannot quiet this fear, Princess. Olha, I don't expect you to quiet it. I want to know that I'm not alone with this fear, that you feel it too. Shevchenko, I feel it. So strongly that some nights I howl into my coat to muffle it that no one should hear. So strongly that I would be glad to be turned down today, only that I should not have to feel it tomorrow. Olha, you, and afraid? Shevchenko, and why not me? I am made of bronze. But my heart is alive, as is yours, Princess, as are all our hearts, and alive hearts feel fear when fear is real. Olha, this makes me feel better. Not less afraid, but less alone. Shevchenko, that's already something. Olha, tell me, what did you smell when you came to me? Olha, what? I don't understand. Shevchenko, no, I'm not asking idly. What did you smell on the way to me? Olha, burning, as always now, burning. The cool of autumn, leaves rotting on the cobbles. Shevchenko, and nothing else? Olha, what else should I have smelt? Shevchenko, Hrivoli Skovoroda came by today. I felt him from far off. Such a smell that man has, like steppe grass and silver. Olha, and what? Shevchenko, nothing. Came, sat, left. Stood where you are standing now, sniffing about. Olha, we met yesterday. Shevchenko. Met. Of course. He was disturbed, of course. People had died, his shelter had been ravaged, but he brought a thought with him. Olha, and what kind of thought? Shevchenko, no, not words. About whom? Shevchenko, about someone superfluous. Whom is your thought about? Olha, my thought? About people, of course, who are tortured, murdered, defiled. About a worn-out people who deserve life, not just glimpses of it between sirens and bombings. My thought does not sleep with them, has no rest, will not be calmed. Is there a day? A tomorrow? What is it to be done with the lives that have been taken? And here I do not speak of final death, but of life within death. Of how hard it is to breathe, knowing that the breath might be the last. That the breath of those you love you might not feel tomorrow. My thought agonises as you, father, agonize in your wooden box from which you cannot get out and which you try to claw through with your metal fingernails, as if tearing apart the chest of a monster. Am I not telling the truth? We're all hostages here, but shoulder to shoulder with our own among our own. And while the people do not see, we weep, though it isn't apparent, we sigh. And we carry this burden together with them, a burden not of victims, but of an age-old target, at which they shoot, but which they have not the strength to destroy. Whom is my thought about? About no one and everyone at once, father, because it is not the first time for me to be dying. But it is fearful to be dying again with the thought that they shall not raise me up anew, for from radioactive ash I could not rise. Shevchenko. I follow your thought, princess. This pain is not yours alone. The hour has come when our tomorrow may not be. And these are not just monstrously elevated words. There will be no place for either you or me in a renewed world where victory is not ours. Everything you have said I feel with every shred of my soul. But this is general. This hurts everyone and each one. Yet, there remains something secret that hurts, mingling with this all-encompassing grief and longing. Something particular. Who hurts you, princess? Olha. Only my people are in my heart. It burns and blazes with pride, with pity, with restlessness, with love. If I were to feel anything more than this, I should explode and scatter across the world faster than a kinjal could strike me down. Chorus from various corners of the trees. What? Who said love? Love! Shevchenko, I have seen this before. This wringing of the hands, the wandering gaze that does not look you in the eye, the shifting of the subject into something general, something that distracts. Those glassy eyes whose thoughts are elsewhere. I have lived enough to recognize infatuation, and loved enough to understand that it is unrequited. Olha, coldly. You are mistaken there, father. My heart, for centuries, has known no inclination towards another heart. My thoughts are claimed by no one, by no soul. Not of all of them appears in my dreams. Not one of all of them appears in my dreams. I am devoted to my people and to them alone. I worship only the lights in their eyes. I want only to kiss their hands and fall to my knees to touch with my lips. I shall not press myself to a face, but no faces. I shall not feel longing, but belonging. And if it should be necessary, I shall be the first to fling myself into the abyss. And when they ask, I shall offer myself in sacrifice without raising an eyebrow, without batting an eye. In my veins flows not calcium and not stone. In my veins flows the hot, vengeful memory of a daughter of the north, mixed with bitterness that no enemy might ever delight in my moisture, that anyone who dared to drink from me should be poisoned and fall to the ground the very moment his lips touched me. No, no man, none, is worthy to know my love. Shevchenko, brightly eyes narrowed. I shan't believe there wasn't found a Cossack who could not enchant you with burning eyes and a black moustache. Well, you can tell me, can't you? Olha, motionless. No, no Cossack was found. Shevchenko slyly. Well, if you say no Cossack was found, then someone other than a Cossack was found, yes? And don't interrupt. You speak grandly, you pour it on beautifully, but I don't believe you, because though from your lips flows what seems like sincere truth, I see that... Olha, you doubt? Me? Shevchenko, I know that one such as yourself will not open her heart in broad daylight, and to just anyone. Olha, and are you, father, just anyone? Shevchenko, I am not your kindred soul, but it does not offend me. I have enough maturity to respect and understand your silence, princess, and you, Olga, would see this. Were not that shameful crate hiding from me your proud, cold beauty. And now, not a word from your lips. Hear me out. A secret known to me has bloomed in the hollows of your heart with lilac and peonies. Olha, if you continue, I shall leave and not say goodbye. Shevchenko, oh, you'll leave. You'll leave. Nowhere else to go. But before that, hear me out. I shan't thirst, and I shan't lie, least of all to you. No one knows the truth, and would not say if they did. The last days are coming. It rains in the air, and the air does not lie. So what now? Lie down in our boxes as in coffins, fold our hands and wait for a pillar of fire, or joyously celebrate one more day lived through? Weep until exhaustion, or until exhaustion kiss the dear faces of friends and the close. Look out for the bony glance of death, or drown in the eyes of the beloved. Let it be one last time, but sweetly. Olha, hiding her agitation. What are you driving at? Shevchenko. At what? Slyly. At a feast. On a dark night, let us invite all the monuments from all of Kyiv to raise, perhaps for the last time. All together, our cups of red wine, since some delighted it is, as in a divine gift, and shall not be able to refuse. My proposal is clear and transparent. Just a feast, just for everyone, without hosts or hostesses of the gathering, without heads at the table, without coercion, but with a push. And besides, Princess, who will refuse a final celebration? Olha, if there are no hostesses of the feast, then why do you ask my permission? Shevchenko, because the feast would be on Mikhailivska Square. And of whom else am I to ask permission? Not Methodius. Olha, yes, he has long been capable of giving a clear answer. Shevchenko, so then Olha, have a time to think it over? Shevchenko, only an hour. Olha, wait until darkness for a messenger. If my answer is yes, in 3 days we hold the feast. If no, your proposal will dissolve into Kyiv and darkness, and you shall consider that my farewell to you. She walks away. The monument is Ras Shevchenko is silent. The chorus is silent. Thank you. Until the next act.